Subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
From the ticket to your next meal, to your ticket to the next holiday, it's an easy way to ask for a boost when you're low. And keeping track of everything on the go. The future of money is simple, and it's here. Download the new M-Pesa app today.
Now, good evening this Thursday night. I trust that you are having a wonderful evening. My name is Brian Amwai, and this is Food Thursday. Now, today we have a bulletin for you. We'll be talking about anti-theft beef. Don't be confused. We'll get that in a moment. We'll get to that in a moment. Also, on this bulletin, we'll be discussing about promoting indigenous vegetables. I got a chance to sit with Professor Mary Alubukutsa, who is an agriculturalist, and we spoke quite a number of things, or rather we addressed quite a number of things when it comes to promoting indigenous vegetables in the country, and that is a discussion that you do not want to miss. But before we get into that discussion, I'd like to bring you up to date with some of the news making headlines in the country and also in the food industry. And also, remember, you can also get in touch with us on our social media handles at Amwai Brand on Twitter, at Lookup TV, or send us an SMS on 20374. We are also live on Facebook and on YouTube. Now let's get started. The Kenya Film and Classification Board, KFCB, has today banned the production of explicit local content funded by foreign organizations with the aim of selling foreign ideologies that go against the Kenyan culture. Now, I Am Samuel, the film in question, is a documentary that propagates values that are in dissonance with the Constitution, cultural values and norms. Now, KFCB, through the CEO, Chris Wambua, says it has restricted the film on the basis of its deliberate advocacy for the normalization of same-sex marriages, which contravenes Article 165 of the Penal Code. In what it terms as protecting the cultural values and beliefs of the Kenyan citizens, the Kenya Film Classification Board has today banned the distribution and production of films that are perceived as deviant to promoting the cultural values of the Kenyan people. In a press statement, the board, through its interim CEO Chris Wambua, has banned the distribution and restricted the film I Am Samuel, which is said to be promoting the gay culture.
We noted a clear and deliberate attempt by the producer to promote same-sex marriage as an acceptable way of life. This attempt is evident through the repeated confessions by the gay couple that what they feel for each other is normal and should be embraced as a way of life, as well as the characters' body language, including scenes of kissing of two male lovers. The documentary features marriage of two men and concludes with the dedication of the film to the gay community.
The board says it remains vigilant to ensure that films exhibited in Kenya promote the cultural values, including preserving the institution of family. In a press statement, the board says, and I quote, "In the course of examining the film titled I Am Samuel, which was submitted to the board for classification, the board noted a clear and deliberate attempt by the producer to promote same-sex marriage as an acceptable way of life. This attempt is evident through the repeated confessions by the gay couple that what they feel for each other is normal and should be embraced as a way of life, as well as the character's body language, including scenes of kissing of two male lovers. The documentary ultimately features marriage of two men and concludes with the dedication of the film to the gay community." End of quote. The CEO has, however, welcomed foreign support in the film industry, but only if they support the budding local film industry by helping produce content that is aligned with the laws of the country. The film I Am Samuel is said to be an affront to Article 45 of the Kenyan Constitution, which recognizes the family as the basic unit of society and defines marriage as between two persons of the opposite sex. Wambua said that films that advocate for same-sex marriage, homosexuality or any other outlawed practices shall not be allowed for exhibition.
We are aware of efforts by some producers to promote gay-themed content that propagates same-sex marriage, contrary to our cultural beliefs and norms. The board will not allow such productions to be either broadcast or exhibited within the country, as our laws do not countenance homosexuality or same-sex marriages. Number two, an attempt to exhibit, distribute, broadcast, or possess a restricted film within the Republic of Kenya shall therefore be met with the full force of the law.
Broadcast or distribution within the country. The CEO has called on the media and religious organizations to help in the call for creation and consumption of content that promotes Kenya's moral values and national aspirations. I Am Samuel follows the list of other films that have been banned by KFCB, including Rafiki, which was banned due to its explicit homosexual scenes. Brian Amuai, Lookup TV, Nairobi. Now switching gears away from that, youth in Kitui County have been challenged to engage in beekeeping ventures to supplement their livelihoods. Now founder of Wisdom Capital Agriculture Senior Counsel Simon Malonza noted that the county was endowed with climate that was favorable for beekeeping with promising high return in honey production. He regretted that local communities had failed to fully exploit the large tracts of land into productive use and urged the parents to allow their youth to utilize it by engaging in beekeeping projects. Now, the senior counsel, who also has a law firm, Malonza, and co-advocates in Kitui Town, said that he was getting reasonable returns from the over 500 beehives at his agricultural beekeeping farm, which the youth could emulate. Away from that, the annual Agriculture Society of Kenya AGK shows are set to make a comeback this year after a one-year hiatus. Now this is after the Ministry of Health approved modalities that include health protocols that will guide staging of the shows.
In a communication published on the ASK Twitter page, permission to stage the show will be granted based on the prevailing COVID-19 caseload for the respective county, and I quote, "Each of our shows and trade fair will be given approvals on the case-by-case basis depending on the caseload in the county," end of quote. This year's theme is promoting innovation and technology in agriculture and trade. If a schedule from ASK's website is anything to go by, the Central Kenya National Show will be the first fair this year following the break occasioned by COVID-19 outbreak in March 2020. The society has already made a request to the Ministry of Health seeking approval to stage the Kitale and Nyeri show, ASK saying that the two counties have a minimal spread of coronavirus. According to the Nyeri ASK branch show manager Amos Kirui, key requirement from the Ministry of Health is crafting a crowd management measures to prevent spread of COVID-19. Show organizers will also be expected to provide thermoguns and install hand-washing stations to be used by the show goers. They will also be expected to ensure that exhibitors and attendees maintain social distance by restricting the number of people entering the showground and ensuring that those allowed inside keep their mask on all the times. SK says it is also working on a resumption schedule for the other shows, with sectorial shows being considered for Nairobi, Mombasa, Nakuru and Machakos County before the end of the year. Ocheng Sylvian, Food Thursday.
Now, away from that, farmers in Tegu River Ward in Kieni East Sub-County, Nyeri County, have benefited with farm equipment from the county government of Nyeri. Now, the farm items, which include 14 shaft cutters, 10 forage choppers, and 3 bean threshers, to Gathaithi in Men's Self-Help Group from the Kenya Climate Smart Agriculture Program project, will help in boosting food production and livestock farming in the area. Now, speaking at Kieni when he issued the farm equipment to farmers, Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga urged the area residents to form more community groups so that they can benefit from such projects in order to enhance their lives wholly. He said KCSAP, in conjunction with the county government of Nyeri, has funded 31 farmer groups who have benefited with over 26 million under micro-project funding. Now, on this next story, we are talking about a story that is forming the basis of our discussion tonight. We're talking about promotion of indigenous vegetables. Now, industry players came to together to promote a book that seeks to change the minds of people when it comes to indigenous vegetables, while calling for the government to help adopting and promoting indigenous vegetables in the country. They called on people to help plant, or rather adopt planting of indigenous vegetables and consumption in order to avoid health-related issues that come with poor immunity. A clarion call to consume indigenous vegetables has been loud, with people citing health benefits as a reason why they call for the consumption of these vegetables. Food industry players came together to launch a book that seeks to change the minds of people about indigenous vegetables.
The importance of the book was for posterity. We have been having challenges with research materials that we could have been using for purposes of our research, our vegetables. And actually what is happening, we are losing our indigenous vegetables, and we are not able to document what they are, the nutritional value for it, and why are we supposed to eat the indigenous vegetables. There are so many healthy issues to do with indigenous vegetables.
Diet-related problems, degenerative problems of lifestyle, call them any name, the doctors are here. And this includes diabetes, cancers, heart diseases. These diseases are curable. The conventional doctors tell us that diabetes, once you have it, it's forever. Once you have cancer, it's forever. No, I'm telling you it's not. It is, if you can reverse your diet, you can get rid of any disease. Dr. Mokaya, you are...
And I've told a copy of this book has been given to the Minister for Health. A copy of this book has been given to the Minister for Agriculture. They know that the most important thing that has saved us from dying, if you have gone and may your souls rest in peace, but most of us from dying from COVID is a strong immune system. Honestly, I can sit here throughout without putting on a mask, and I'll go home and I guarantee you 100% I will not be sick, even if there's COVID around. Why? Because the first pillar, the God-given pillar, is nutrition, healthy, safe, chemical-free foods, like the sister, the young daughter who spoke before I came on board, because clearly you're the age of my daughter. My daughter is 31 years old. I'm sure you're probably 21. So I come here, colleagues, yeah, that the way to save this world, good people, the way to save this world is to go back to our roots and use modern methods to grow food that is in harmony with nature. And once we do that, we ourselves will regenerate, will recover, and all of us will live equitably with happiness, with good health. And with those few remarks, good people, I must stop here so that I don't take the thunder from the guest speaker. But asanteni sana, mbarikiwe. Now, as I will finish by saying, wear the inner mask before you wear the outer mask. Asanteni sana. So my mask is back.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. You'll give me that thing around your neck.
Thing around my neck. I didn't even know it was there.
These foods that are normally consumed by people from different communities are being termed as nutritious and immune boosters. CSHEP, an organization that deals with educating farmers on organic farming, together with other industry players and the support from the German government, published the book in what they say is a provider of information to both farmers and the people on the best ways of planting and cooking these vegetables. At a time of COVID-19, the debate on strong immune system has been loud. They say consumption of these vegetables helps in boosting the body's immunity. Brian Amuai, Lookup TV, Nairobi. Now, on that point, we'll be taking a short break, but when we come back, I'll be coming back with that food feature where I told you we'll be looking at anti-theft beef. Stay tuned for that.
Like, Follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Lookup TV movement now.
The future of money is simple, like unlocking possibilities with a smile. And having the world in the palm of your hand. It's the ability to touch many lives at the same time and turn your dreams into reality. It's forgetting and still remembering. Simple is having everything that you love in one place. From the ticket to your next meal, to your ticket to the next holiday. It's an easy way to ask for a boost when you're low. And keeping track of everything on the go. The future of money is simple, and it's here. Download the new M-Pesa app today.
Nairobi, are you ready? October is Dyslexia Awareness Month and the whole world will go red for dyslexia. Join us on 28th of October. Wear the red outfit as we light up the UAP on Mucho Red for dyslexia.
Where will you be watching the glow from? Does your child write B instead of D? Is your child phobic to the red pen due to the numerous X wrongs they get from teachers' marking pen? Do they refer to your child as a slow learner? Your child is simply dyslexic. To be part of the sponsor and for more information about dyslexia, kindly contact 0722 380 952. Let's go red for dyslexia.
Welcome to Lookup Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. When you first come in, we will be happy to receive you at our reception, then proceed to our cozy and well-equipped accommodation facilities. We aim to provide our guests with a unique, comfortable, and worthwhile experience. Here at Lookup Guest House, we provide our guests with a continuous supply of room amenities. A cool environment for all your retreat activities.
Lookup Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. For reservation, contact us on info@lookupguesthouse.org or call us on 0746 788 707. Want to grow your business? Broadcast your sermon, share birthday wishes, make funeral announcements, produce adverts and documentaries? Then book and advertise with us today by calling us on +254 700 893 542
700 893 542
or email us on sales@look-up.tv.
Mimi nimezaliwa Isili na kulelewa hapo.
This is where I hung around, I lived.
In terms of what is perceived to be a good childhood, I had one.
And when you have abused alcohol and drugs for this long, then something has to change.
Do you know when you don't have time with your child, how to do a change?
But now my grandmother thought I had gone crazy.
I had to be admitted at Madare Mental Hospital, Ward 2F.
Thank you so much for staying with Lookup TV, and you are watching Why I Did It.
So did you just dump all the friends?
100%. 100%.
This group welcoming me and not judging me made me feel at home. There is hope. There's no one who is too far gone.
Why I Did It, Saturdays from 8 p.m. only on Look Up TV.
Welcome to Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. When you first come in, we will be happy to receive you at our reception, then proceed to our cozy and well-equipped accommodation facilities. We aim to provide our guests with a unique, comfortable, and worthwhile experience. Here at Look Up Guest House, we provide our guests with a continuous supply of room amenities. A cool environment for all your retreat activities.
Look Up Guest House, Retreat and Prayer Center. For reservation, contact us on info@lookupguesthouse.org or call us on 0746 788 707. Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
Now, thank you so much for staying with us here on Look Up TV. Remember, you can also get in touch with us on our social media handles at Look Up TV on Twitter, at Brian Amwai. We are also live on Facebook, or send us an SMS on 20374. Now, on to our feature that I promised you. On our food feature tonight, we focus on anti-theft beef. So Irene, thank you so much. We're here at Pumpkin Grill. And I'd like, just before we get into the food, because the setup here looks so amazing. And let's start from Pumpkin Grill. What is it known for mostly? When somebody says, I'm going to Pumpkin Grill, it's Irene Ajuang's place, what is it known for? What comes into the mind of the people?
Oh, something interesting about Pumpkin. When we started off, it was known for chicken kienyeji.
Chicken kienyeji.
Because we purely do kienyeji chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Then I introduced omena.
Mm-hmm.
So some also come just looking for the omena, they stop taking the chicken. Then when we introduce the anti-theft.
Anti-theft?
Yeah, there are those who come purely for the anti-theft.
So right now people just say, when I want anti-theft, I'm going to Pumpkin Grill.
Yes.
Now, take us a little bit of anti-theft, because some people may not get to understand, like, what is anti-theft exactly?
So anti-theft is pepper steak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So something that makes this unique is the fact that it's not goat meat.
It's not goat meat?
Yes.
It's just beef?
It's beef.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So now you can enjoy your choma in beef within 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So when people come here, it's anti-theft. Most of them just say anti-theft.
Yeah, of late, most
of
people
late
come
it's
for
anti-theft,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But initially, they say it was chicken kienyeji.
It was chicken kienyeji. Pumpkin was purely known for chicken kienyeji.
Chicken kienyeji.
When we started in 2019.
Wow, awesome. Now, so what was it about your chicken that people were just like, okay, if I want chicken kienyeji, I have to go to Irene? What's the secret?
We keep it pure kienyeji. It's not mixed.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right.
Other places you'll go for kienyeji, but you don't get the exact kienyeji chicken.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. So
and then you can also get it in boiled form, just like the fish.
All right.
And most of our clients are elderly clients. They love the boiled without spices.
Oh. So do you do spices depending on what the person has ordered?
Our policy, we don't do spices, but for a client who feels that they want it, we can do it.
Oh,
yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
So there's that
So we are
option.
also known for that.
Oh. The openness, like whatever you want to get is what we are going to offer.
Yes.
So you offer that flexibility. You're that flexible. Thank you so much.
Actually, that also makes Pumpkin unique because we will do your food as per
my orders, or rather.
Yes, as a client.
Yeah,
if you want it boiled, you will get boiled. If you want it dry fry, you get it dry fry.
How?
If you want it choma,
choma,
as per your specification.
So meaning it is not fixed that when I go to Irene, it's just specifically like we've done something. You're not closed in a box like,
We are not. Actually, you can even advise the chef how you want your food done, and we'll do it for you.
Awesome. That's so open.
Because we'll make it open because we get a variety of clients. Yeah. Some people are also suffering with some conditions.
Health conditions, especially right now that we have different people. Just the health issues just become so rampant.
Yeah. But what we always advise our clients, when you want it like boil, then you call us in advance, because that will take about some 40 to 50 minutes.
Oh, so
but
somebody
we will
can
do it
order.
for you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
awesome.
you can always order. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to understand, now that we've got to understand what you are actually known for as Pumpkin Grill, and some of the food that you've been offering before, and you say chicken kenyeji, you've introduced omena, and people are just like, wow, if I want omena, it's Irene. If I want anti-theft, I'll have to go to Pumpkin Grill. Let's get to what we are seeing on the table right now, because there's a different variety of food that I'm seeing here, and why this kind of setup.
Oh, I had to go for this because we need everybody to know what they can get when they come to the pumpkin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And we are also trying to go Kenyan.
Kenyan way.
It's more of Kenyan, not African. Because when I say African, people from West African, they come to pumpkin looking for the...
Somebody from West Africa will say, okay, where's something from West Africa? I want something from Cameroon or something like that. So
it's purely Kenyan food, yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Probably with time we'll introduce some of the Kenyan food, like githeri, which we don't have here.
Oh, you don't have here?
Yeah.
You don't
But
do
also
githeri.
because there is no demand.
Oh, there's no demand for githeri here?
Yes.
Okay.
So when we get demand, then we'll introduce githeri. We can also introduce some beans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
So you're meaning that when you're coming up with a menu, it goes with what people are demanding more, right?
What people are demanding more, because you also find that we women have become busy. At times preparing some of these dishes at home is a problem. Yeah. So we do a lot of deliveries, by the way.
You do deliveries?
It's also making work easier for them. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So let's take a look at what we are seeing. I'd like to understand this here. This is chicken kenyeji.
This is chicken kenyeji dry fry.
Dry fry.
You can also get it in wet fry, only that we couldn't.
Oh, we couldn't have that right now.
So you can get this in dry, wet fry, and also boil. Yeah.
Awesome.
You can have boiled chicken. Yeah.
I am seeing fish, and there's I think 3 plates of fish here. So this one, I understand it's dry, right?
Yes.
So what kind of people come here and say, I want dry?
Anybody. Even you can go for dry.
I can go for dry.
Yeah. Probably you're tired of having wet fry. You feel like you want to try a different. And then this also, anybody can enjoy it from across the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Even Wazungus come for this, Asians come for this, because this you can enjoy with plantain.
Oh, plantain?
Yeah.
All right.
And also with the sauté potato. It goes so well. For somebody who does not take ugali.
Oh, so these dry fish can go with any.
Yes.
You can go with plantain, you can go with sauté potato.
Yes.
Which makes it different from wet fry or in this one? This one is...
That's boiled.
That is boiled, right?
Boil can go with chapati. It can also go with ugali. Yeah.
All right.
Dry mostly will go with either sauté potato or the plantain, for those who don't do ugali.
Yeah, awesome. Now let's look at the preparation of these different types of fish. I feel because boils, yes, although all of them are cooked and anybody can have them, so no.
Yeah.
But is there a way in which they differ from each other apart from just the preparation?
It's just the preparation.
Yeah,
because the nutrient content is the same. Yeah.
All right, awesome.
It's the preparation and also the taste.
Oh, the taste itself.
Yes, the taste, yeah.
Oh. So that one, the boiled one is, I understand, is fresh from the lake?
Yeah, that's fresh. If you prefer it fresh, we don't have to deep fry it, so you get it fresh. Then if you prefer chili, we add more chili to it.
Okay.
Yeah, because we don't do spices.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. Health-wise, and
very nutritious and healthy for those who've got conditions.
Yeah. So it's being considerate also to the people that cannot take.
Those who are diabetic, brown ugali is very good for them.
Yeah.
Served with a boil.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah. So we also take care of them.
Something about brown ugali, we have brown and we have white. So which one of these two do you normally probably get customers and say, I'll prefer this one to this one?
It goes hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand?
Yes. Because daily we do both white and brown, and it sells out.
It sells out.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome.
Sells out.
Okay. So I think I have something here, I don't know. This one is?
This is a kenyeji vegetable.
Kenyeji vegetable?
Yes.
Which one exactly?
So that is managu.
Managu.
A mixture of managu and terere. So we can serve it that way. If you want it with cream, you can.
You can add cream.
Yes.
All right.
As per the client's preference.
Preferences.
Yeah.
Now, does it sell here mostly?
That's what we do.
Wow.
That's what we sell.
Okay.
Just unless
so
somebody
everything
wants
on this
kuma.
table, I like everything on this table is on high demand. Pumpkin has people covered when it comes to just having food here,
Yes,
and
yes,
everything that is here is on
Yes.
high demand.
So think of Kenyan food,
Yeah.
think pumpkin.
Ah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about omena, because you said when you introduced omena and people just started loving omena again. What is it about your omena that when they tested they were like, I have to go back?
Omena is not easy to prepare.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Most people struggle with it. They buy it from the stores, but the preparation part of it. So when you come to pumpkin and you try our omena, then you'll realize.
You have to test it again.
Yes.
Something like
yes.
that. Ah,
Yeah, and
awesome.
you'll have to keep coming for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, what else am I missing? I think there, I'm seeing rice. The setup itself, just looking at it, is that for decoration purposes? That's how it's supposed to be served.
That's how it's supposed to be served.
People don't do that though. People don't do that. So people that don't do that, mostly they have no idea how to serve the proper rice, right?
Yeah. So it's supposed to be served.
Okay. Thank you. A drink, sing something. What am I saying?
That's fresh juice.
Yeah.
We blend it as you wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it is, a lot of people, I think, fear to eat probably in restaurants because they are afraid probably whatever you're going to eat is not fresh. You offer fresh food. What assures, to what extent do you go to ensure that your customers come here and they are satisfied and just whatever they are going to consume is actually to their satisfaction?
I make sure all this is sold out.
It's sold out.
I get my orders every morning.
Wow.
You go to my freezer, there's no food. And that really sells for me.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fresh.
So
that's how we are able to boil fish. I will not boil that if it was from the freezer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome, interesting. That is
yes.
interesting. So you know the kind of customers that you have, probably the number of people that you serve in a day, and they're like, if I prepare this amount of food today, it is going to sell out but by the end of the day, I'm going to have cleaned everything.
Sure.
And tomorrow I have another order.
Sure.
Or something. Wow, awesome. That is interesting. I'm loving the setup. I'm loving everything that we just are seeing here.
Sometimes you want to unwind, you want to relax. Yeah, you want a different kind of
environment.
Yes, environment. So you don't have to go all the way to the village
to find to experience this.
Yes.
Wow, awesome.
And then it's also working so well with COVID.
Yeah. With the issue of social distancing, by the way.
We didn't have to struggle much with that.
Yeah, because confined spaces also contribute to the spread of this virus. Wow, Irene, thank you so much. I'm really grateful that we got to experience what Pumpkin has to offer right now. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Brian.
Yeah.
And you can choose one of the dishes and enjoy before you leave. You can have the anti-theft. If you've not tried it, they can warm it for you. You try it.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's fine.
We can do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Call one of the waiters.
The future of money is simple. like unlocking possibilities with a smile. And having the world in the palm of your hand. It's the ability to touch many lives at the same time and turn your dreams into reality. It's forgetting and still remembering. Simple is having everything that you love in one place. From the ticket to your next meal, to your ticket to the next holiday. It's an easy way to ask for a boost when you're low. And keeping track of everything on the go. The future of money is simple, and it's here. Download the new M-Pesa app today.
Please make those payments and take dinner out the freezer. Enjoy your day off.
Hey.
How was your day?
Great.
Did you pay the bills?
Abby did it.
And the plumber?
Abby did it.
Send money to your mom?
Abby did it.
Who's Abby?
Bank on WhatsApp with Abby, your 24/7 digital personal banker. Another digital innovation that gets things done. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
Did you take dinner out the freezer?
Nairobi, are you ready? October is Dyslexia Awareness Month and the whole world will go red for dyslexia. Join us on 28th of October. Wear the red outfit as we light up the UAP on Mucho Red for dyslexia.
Where will you be watching the glow from? Does a child write B instead of D? Is a child phobic to the red pen due to the numerous X wrongs they get from teachers' marking pen? Do they refer to your child as a slow learner? Your child is simply dyslexic. To be part of the sponsor and for more information about dyslexia, kindly contact 0722 380 952. Let's go red for dyslexia.
Want to grow your business? Broadcast your sermon, share birthday wishes, make funeral announcements, produce adverts and documentaries? Then book and advertise with us today by calling us on +254 700 893 542
700 893 542
or email us on sales@look-up.tv. Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
Now, thank you so much for staying with us here on Food Thursday. Remember, you can also get in touch with us on our social media handles at Amoy Brand on Twitter at Lookup TV. Now, on to our discussion tonight. We are looking at the promotion of indigenous vegetables in the country. Now, we spoke to Professor Mary Abukutsa on the importance of indigenous vegetables and why we should be promoting indigenous vegetables in the country and the health benefits of that. Take a look at this discussion. Thank you, Professor, for granting us this interview. We are talking about indigenous vegetables here in the country and just the state of it and how far we are in just embracing that. Where would you say we as a country are in embracing indigenous vegetables at the moment?
Thank you very much for the question. African indigenous vegetables in Kenya, we have several of them, and some work has been done for the last 10 years and we have moved some steps, as I will explain, but we are not there yet. First of all, we have been able to do a lot of research, and we have come up with the quality seed. We have come up with the varieties that are they have a lot of advantages, nutritious, they have high nutritive value, they are resilient to climate change, and also they have antioxidants, that's medicinal properties of the vegetables. And then we also have come up with those technologies that will help the farmer grow it well, like farming technologies or farming management practices. And then we have also gone ahead and looked at ways in which we can add value in a simple way, and also preserving them for other areas in Kenya and beyond. And also we have actually included these vegetables in a syllabus. We have had a holistic kind of approach, because you see, when we teach horticulture and agriculture, before we never used to have them in the syllabus. So we have been able, in various Kenyan universities, we have been able to add it in the syllabus. So when you go through the syllabus, you can be able to have information on African indigenous vegetables. Now, because of all that, we have also been able to change the mindset of the people, because people have been saying, oh, these vegetables are for the poor, they are weeds. But because of the work we've done advocacy using various platforms, including media, and people have learned that these vegetables are good. And also because of diseases and the lifestyle changes, people are now getting also interested in the vegetables. And most importantly, they are now available. Before, you see, they used only to be in those what we call wet markets, Gikomba and so on. But now you go to some of these high-end markets, supermarkets, you find them there. So in a nutshell, we have moved the vegetables from just being in the villages to towns and to areas that many people even everywhere can access it, including the cities. Now, even if you cannot be able to buy from the supermarkets, we also have technologies like sack technology or small farm technology, where even if you have even you're in the city, you can even plant your own outside in the balcony. So we have these technologies, and many people are embracing it. But I want to say that we are not there yet, because the demand for indigenous vegetable has become very high because of that, because people want to eat it. They go to the supermarket, you find it's finished. They go, the vegetables bought at 10, by 11 they are gone. So you see, now that means we need to produce more to stabilize the prices, because
and I just want to cut you short on that one, because when you say nowadays people want to eat more, meaning a little bit probably back then people were not embracing it. What would you say has been the change of mindset? What has rather brought about the change of mindset that people are now embracing just indigenous vegetables and wanting to eat that?
From where I sit, I think most people want to eat indigenous vegetables because of first of all, they didn't know the importance of indigenous vegetables. There was a mindset. People thought these vegetables are just for poor people and so on. So there was largely mindset. So what we did was attribute the change of mind, one, to advocacy. We have been doing a lot of advocacy for the last 10 years, and people see, oh, these vegetables, they are nutritious, they have benefits, and they can be grown very fast and so on. So people started learning about it, and they just starting to try. Secondly, there were no seeds. So quality seeds. So we have been able to develop seeds and make them available. And then knowledge on how to plant, to grow it, and how to even to cook the vegetables. So this has made people now try and say, oh, let's try this vegetable. And then there is this upsurge of lifestyle diseases. People are now having diabetes, cancers, and they want to eat. We know that vegetables can help. So that has been a combination of factors. And people are really wanting to eat these vegetables. Even if you go to a restaurant where these vegetables, they are finished within a very short time. Yes.
So then, how has the process been for you in terms of just changing the mindset? Has it been hard, or has it been something that when we just went there to start educating the people and they started embracing it immediately?
I wouldn't call it hard. It was challenging. It was challenging because first of all, changing someone's mindset takes a lot of convincing. So first of all, apart from the big problem was the people, the high affluent people. Those they were just people think that we should eat meat. When you are learned and you have a big job, you are not supposed to eat these vegetables. And secondly, the youth. The youth, I think they are used to these fast foods, and they used to think that these bitter herbs, we don't want these bitter herbs. So there was these two extremes. So you'll find that these people, you had to give them facts. Like, for example, let me use my students. When they come to my class, I ask them, I start teaching indigenous vegetables. I ask them, have you ever eaten? No. You see any weeds? I said, okay, I have a farm. Can you come there? You see. Then I give them a bit of the vegetable. Go and try. They say, after all, it's good. So it was through teaching, through convincing, and through practical giving the vegetables to them and demonstrating that these vegetables are good by availing the seed or availing the vegetables themselves. Then the other side, I had also to deal with the affluent people, but those ones was just to, when they realized there is a medicinal value and to help people to live well, then that one was not very difficult. Then the other group I had to convince was the policymakers. That one also, it was just a matter of going and we organize a policymakers workshop on indigenous vegetables, and I just gave them the facts, and I told them if we can embrace these vegetables, they can help. I gave them the advantages, they are nutritious, they can bring in money, they can, especially the young people, can bring money in. So it was just a matter of a factual way of things. It was difficult, but once you have a factual explanation and advocacy, people get convinced, and they can see the actual benefits. Because now when people started now eating them, some of them, there's a farmer in Kidhunguri, or I think it was Kidhunguri, he had coffee and he was very sickly. So these are one I always use, because when I first started in central Kenya, I went to his farm and I explained, why don't you be eating these vegetables? So he decided to plant part of the farm, but he was also eating. So he told me even he became better, even the diabetes disappeared and he became well. And then actually what he did, he uprooted all the coffee and planted the vegetables.
So it's like medicinal or something?
Yeah, medicinal. What happens is, I would call it that it makes the body have a strong immunity, not for preventive purposes. Because when you eat these vegetables, they clean the chaff in the body. They also make you well nourished, and then you don't now have this obesity and eating unclean, like too much mafuta or something like that. So when he just said eat those vegetables, he had never eaten. Actually, when we say next, he was so strong. He was looking different. So this, by practice and seeing the actual benefit, has also helped other people. And then once you have someone on the ground is convinced, he will now will have a multiplier effect. They will go and tell the others.
Now we are in the middle of a pandemic. We are being told the immunity of you need to have a strong immunity so that you do not get infected with COVID-19.
African indigenous vegetables, first of all, they have a lot of minerals, micronutrients, calcium, phosphorus, iron, zinc, and many others. 2, they have vitamins. 3, they have what we call phytochemicals. Phytochemicals are not necessarily nutrients, but they are useful chemicals that when you eat, they clean your system. They have vitamins and others. So all these components are called protective foods. They are called protective foods. From your primary, you can see we are told protective food. These are protective food. But that means that when you eat them, they actually help you have a strong immunity. When you have a strong immunity, it's not just about COVID, about any disease. If you eat those vegetables, even when people get the common cold, you will not get. Yeah, because you see, when your immunity is strong, you can stand when people are falling. So the difference between when there's a pandemic or epidemic, the difference between those who are dying and those who are not dying, or the extent of effect on the COVID and any other disease, is how strong is your immunity. So there is apart from the eating, the vegetables, you need also to do other things. Let's say you make sure you get sunlight, you do exercise, you have oxygen enough. You don't just put yourself in a place where there's not enough oxygen. You go to the walk and get oxygen. So there are several things you need to do. So when you have all these plus indigenous vegetables and fruits, and that's a nutritive protective food, your immunity is strong. So what I'm saying is, whether you have you have taken the vaccine or not, you should focus on boosting your immunity. Don't say now I've got a vaccine, now I'm going to eat anything. So you focus on that continuously. Yeah, whichever your choice is. So it's very, very important. And I want to say, in my own opinion, I've not done research, but in my own opinion, I think because of what Africans eat, you can see many people, we have not been affected by COVID as other Western countries. I don't know whether that's factual, but I think part of it is because of what we eat, and we're always in the sun. In the sun is medicine. Yeah, sun is very medicine. Yeah. So you find that maybe the conditions we live in has hardened our immunity somehow. So that's why maybe that's what, but it works. It helps, whether it is COVID or any other disease, when you have strong immunity by what you eat, more vegetables, fruits, and eating whole foods, not eating these fast foods. Fast food, they are fast food, and they also take you to the grave fast.
Oh, so you eat fast food and you die fast.
You go fast. You take slow food, you don't slow. This slows your death.
Then why is it so hard for us as a country, as a people, to just start consuming these vegetables and say, this is our food? Why do we adopt something else?
I think just re-education. Okay. It's re-education, just telling people, you know, people go with the wave. And you know, when you go to media, you go to social media, you go to internet, you are seeing these foods, you know, they have advertised. Yeah. So we need to turn the table, start advertising indigenous vegetables. So every time you have TV, KTN, you see indigenous managu. Leo, managu is excellent. So you have to advertise. Yeah. Oh. So we need to do that because people have been seeing soda, Coke. That's everybody has drank Coke, including myself, because because it has been advertised and people in their head they know Coke. So if we want to change, people just eat what they see in media, that this is what's good. So if we want to change, we just start putting this in the talk about it and put everything, the facts everywhere. Yeah. On WhatsApp, on wherever, whatever, there is a platform, a common media, anything, so people will change. So people, media has a lot of influence on people, whether it's politics or food. So it's up to us now as Kenyans, if it were possible, we talk about these things in our, before news, we talk about Leo Managu. Have you eaten your Managu today? Have you eaten your Mrenda today? Have you eaten your, what else? Yeah. Saga today. And people will eat. Yeah. People will just eat, even children. Yeah. Because I'll give you an example. I was called to a primary school to talk about, I was promoting indigenous vegetables. So nikaongea about the vegetables. The child was in class 1 or 2. I did a nyumbani, he told the mother, me, I want indigenous vegetables. Professor said we must eat indigenous, nipatie indigenous vegetables. So you can see that message goes.
That you send actually.
Yeah, so you have to send the right messages.
Now, talking about you promoting indigenous vegetables.
Yes.
You've been to how many places, or how many counties, if I may?
Counties. Already, we have collaboration with about 12 counties already. We have Kiambu, we have Mombasa, we have Nandi, we have Kisumu, we have Kakamega, we have Vihiga. So far we have, like Vihiga, we started a project where they put farmers together, they are planting for commercial. We are Machakos, where we are sending out, we just go the way we have come here, we go with the seeds, we go with those plants, because some people don't know even how those plants look like. Yeah, exactly. And then you teach them, and then they take up the seeds, they plant, then they start now eating, and then if they have any questions. So it's about 12 or so counties, and we are still going out more. As we speak now, I've gotten a call from Bomet. They want us to go there. So anywhere we are called, we go. We've been to Mombasa. We've been to Kwale. Yes.
So what has the reception been in these particular counties?
Okay.
And what progress have we made in these particular counties in just trying to educate them and having them adopt this?
The sky is the limit, because you see, first of all, when we went to Vihiga, I'm just giving an example. I like you giving examples. You know, they say, oh, if you plant these vegetables, where is the market? Do you know they could not meet the market when they were growing them? People are coming to pick the vegetables at the gate to harvest and take to the market. So they said, we can't even meet the demand. Yeah, because they were saying, where's the market? The market, they wanted to do the vegetables and sell in Nairobi. So why do you want to take the vegetables to Nairobi? The market is there. Secondly, there are schools. In Mundika, in Busia, the boys said, we don't want cabbage, we want indigenous vegetables. The group I was working couldn't provide enough. So you can see now there was that urge now more growing, and then people making money. So I have specific examples where I have seen a change, even in schools. Yeah, there are schools even where we have introduced the vegetables, and then the like 4K clubs and so on.
Yeah,
Then
4K club just came the other day. Okay.
yes, it's 4K clubs, and then young farmers. Yeah, so they also grow them as part of where they do agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are actually starting with the children, if I may. When we say we are going to schools and we have the 4K club and the young farmers, it's actually starting with those particular young ones, so that when they grow up, they actually get to adopt this, right?
First, in our promotion, we're just going to everybody, but then we changed our strategy that if we want to be more effective, we start with the young people. Yeah, because now if they come up, you know, young people can also change older people. Yeah. Like this is child who went, he formed the mother to buy managu, it was kunde or something. So you see with the young generation, when they come in their head, they know that managu is good. It's the same thing we are going to use also to promote agriculture, because young people think agriculture is for all the people. So we start saying agriculture from class 1. With CBC, actually, it's going to help also, because they do a lot of agriculture practical work. So you see, if you want to change the country, you start with the young people, because they believe it. When a teacher tells something, they will believe it and they'll carry it. Because many things you do now, you are taught in primary school, isn't it? So if you get the wrong teacher, sometimes it affects you. So we've started with the young people, primary school specifically. I think we can be able to change. And they are future leaders. They will say, oh yeah, I remember this, I remember this, and then it will help us change. Yes.
Let's talk about the policymakers.
Yes.
How it has been so far, just convincing them to, like, what kind of policies have been put in place to ensure that there's this adoption of indigenous vegetables, especially by the citizens?
There have been various initiatives, but I want to talk the one that I've been involved in. When we had a project, because I've had several projects, we had a project which was covering, I think, about 7 African countries with the European Union. So we had what we call African Indigenous Policymakers Workshop. It was in South Africa. So we just put the facts on the table. I told the advantages and why it's important to promote it. So Kenya was also represented. So when we came to Kenya, I think the first thing that I saw that changed was KALRO. KALRO, it was called KARI, Kenya Agricultural Research Institute. Now it's KALRO. So, you know, when they used to set their priorities, they used just to look at exotic. But now, after that dialogue, from 2009, 2010, they are now putting African indigenous vegetables in their priority list for research. You know, research is also a policy for research. So it was there. So that also boosted research. And the money was put there. So there was investment in research on indigenous vegetables. And then I saw the ministry also, including the Ministry of Agriculture, we worked with them, putting these vegetables as a priority, and there were some policies like, okay, they used to call them orphan crops. We don't want that orphan crops anymore. We want it to be called high-value crops, because it's a name they use, but it's a negative name. But there was a policy on that. It was an attempt, but we suggest they change the name. Then we see that they are looking at underutilized crops, and they are also investing in it. And even if you look at Vision 2030, there are areas, when you look at agriculture development, they have put provision for indigenous foods and indigenous plants, yeah.
Now, you've visited different places.
Yes.
We are working with 12 counties, and we are trying to promote indigenous vegetables.
Yes.
But there are those vegetables that probably are so much associated with people from a particular community or this. Now, do all these counties, because we know we divided somehow, do we accept, when you go to this particular county, you now promote whatever they are supposed to be consuming in that county?
When I go to a county, I give them the menu. These are the vegetables, these are the advantages, this is what I have, and I'm given a free will to choose from my menu. But then if there's one they don't grow, and they are avoiding, like a case of Murenda, many people don't like, I'll give them the fact that just go and try. So you try to convince them, because sometimes it's just in the mindset. Like I know this Murenda has not been accepted in many communities. So one time I just told someone from Central, okay, just go and try. I say, when he said Murenda, he cannot stop eating Murenda. I mean, he was a man, so he had to convince his wife. I must eat this. So first he ate somewhere in Western, then he came. First he refused to eat, then he was just try, then he liked it. Then he went and now introduced the wife. The wife tried, then he said, they are eating. It's just a mindset. Yani like hii kitu ni ya Wakikuyu ama hii kitu ni Waluya, hii kitu ni ya Wajaluo. It's just a mindset. Because you see, but why are you people eating even the chakula ya Western? See, sio yetu. How did we start eating? Advertisement, knowledge, and convincing. Just saying that this is food, these are the facts. Yeah, and then they can eat. So you don't have to force, but provide enough information that these things are good. That's the bottom line. So you don't say, oh, I'm going to West. There's no way to go to West to promote things. I promote other places where they don't eat. Yeah. Like Turkana people don't eat these vegetables. But recently, because of, they have started, and the women are growing the vegetables. They have done water harvesting. We are working on a German organization called WHH. And I took the vegetables and they sent me photos. They're with the recipes they're eating. Normally they eat, milk and whatever. So that I'm saying we're going into those areas because we want the whole country to have the menu of what we have. They can choose, not that we only these Westerners eat this, coast people eat this, and Senegal eat this. So we want to make it a national and international kind of crop. So people are actually eating and making money out of it. So I'm seeing a lot of people embracing it. So the contribution is not only on food security. There's food security. There is also contribution to income generation, nutrition, and health. So I've seen a general trend whereby more people are eating these vegetables. And how I tell is that we produce and all goes. So if you see what we produced, it has gone. We are not exporting any at the moment. So whatever you produce is eaten. And secondly, I've seen this when you go to a supermarket, they bring this managu, you go at 10, 11, it's meenda. So I mean, you imagine they must be going to somebody's stomach, isn't it? And then I'm seeing that with that eating, it means that it's improving not only the nutrition, it's also improving the health of the people because we know what is in it. So my take is that there's more to be done to ensure that we produce enough so that whoever wants to eat managu does not miss. Like today, I ate managu when I went for more, ilikuwa imeisha. So you see now, we must have enough. Because you see, that means it's got finished in today's function. It means people are embracing it. So why don't you cook enough or have enough? So we are moving the right direction. And Kenya, among the East African countries, apart from Tanzania, is the only country I think we are having these vegetables available in supermarkets. Yeah, other countries are just coming. Uganda is still behind because I've been in many African countries. So you find that we are moving there, and sky is the limit. And I think the indigenous vegetables will be key. And I want to say this: I read a story from I think it was Egypt, where mrenda is actually a delicacy. I think it's Egypt, a delicacy, and they are saying that it is, according to that person's perspective, it was a researcher, that it is also boosting immunity. So we don't talk about it, it's just in Kenya. So if Egypt wants, and other Arab countries want this murenda, so tutapeleka. What that's income generation. People in the US are asking for these vegetables. They want diaspora and so on. So we have the export market. Yeah, so the sky is not just feeding ourselves. Once we have enough for ourselves first, we are healthy, we produce more to export, and then we are now contributing to income generation and economic development of the country. So where I can see us moving is African indigenous vegetables should not only just be grown to be eaten, but to be exported and bring in income, foreign exchange. And the potential is there.
Now, my last question here is on the safety. In terms of growing all these vegetables, what should people take as a safe way of growing this? Because now, a lot of time you hear we are using chemicals to grow our vegetables, and that's why we fall sick most of the time. As much as you want indigenous vegetables, but is there a safe way of actually growing them so that you do not fall sick or something?
Being an agriculturalist, I know we have received many technologies in the past, but we learn over time. Like when you talk about even these chemical fertilizers, we have now learned with time, science has shown that they have disadvantages and they spoil the soil and so on. So because of that, that knowledge, because as I said, we learn through, we learn better through mistakes. So we actually trying to promote organic growing. of these vegetables and other vegetables, holistic growing, and even when it comes to crop protection, not to use the chemicals. If possible, we have biological ways of controlling. We have even botanicals which can be used. So we are trying to find a safe way so that even if we are using things like neem to control, it is like a medicine, it's a plant, so it's not a chemical that's going to be aboard. So we are trying to say that try to grow it in such a way that you minimize chemical use, use the natural way of doing it through other methods like intercropping and so on. And then we have also found that just having a monocrop has its disadvantages. So we try to do a way that you have intercropping, because intercropping also is a control method. Let's say if you grow maize and the vegetables, if there's a pest of maize, it will not affect the, so now that also helps. You find biological and agronomic way of controlling, and that's where the whole world is going. And as you know, organic foods are even expensive, even there in Western countries. So here, as we promote indigenous vegetables, we're also promoting growing it organically. That's why we are partnering with other organizations who promote like COA and who promote organic growing of foods. So that we want just the food which is organic and healthy. The other issue I want to mention, which I'm sure you have heard of, people in Nairobi are growing these vegetables in sewer. Yeah. So we have to talk to these people. It is something that is just like selling vegetables with chemicals. So it's a matter of just talking to people, integrity, and take people, just let them grow vegetables in the proper way. Yeah. So we have had those issues, and I think we are talking to county governments and even Nairobi to see how we can help, because that has been an issue, a big issue. So it has come to my notice. So we're just trying to educate. You know, it's just being integral. It's about integrity. So that we cannot be growing something and selling somebody, and the thing is not good. So that's another issue we have seen in Nairobi, but we are working on it. So even if they are good, they must be grown in a proper way in terms of the environment. The other thing we need to say is that as you grow them, you make sure that you don't, you take care of the environmental preservation. You know, you don't just use the soil over and over. You make sure you replenish the organic, because you know soil is a living entity. So when you just grow, you put those chemicals in a kufa. So you have to have it sustainability, and that's why we are talking about things like vermiculture, forest gardens, and there are new terms coming up that promote that sustainable growing of vegetables and other crops in a way that it will sustain the environment, and it will also minimize the use of chemicals. Yes.
I think that is where we end it, just growing it in a safe environment, and also giving out information to ensure that people get to have this enough information to actually make informed decisions on indigenous vegetables. Now that does it for us here on Food Thursday. I trust that we had a good show. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brian Amwai, and I'd like to thank everybody that has made it a success. Have yourselves a lovely night.
Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.
The future of money is simple, like unlocking possibilities with a smile. And having the world in the palm of your hand. It's the ability to touch many lives at the same time and turn your dreams into reality. It's forgetting and still remembering. Simple is having everything that you love in one place. From the ticket to your next meal, to your ticket to the next holiday. It's an easy way to ask for a boost when you're low. And keeping track of everything on the go. The future of money is simple, and it's here. Download the new M-Pesa app today.
Please make those payments and take dinner out the freezer. Enjoy your day off.
How was your day?
Great.
Did you pay the bills?
Abby did it.
And the plumber?
Abby did it.
Send money to your mom?
Abby did it.
Who's Abby?
Bank on WhatsApp with Abby, your 24/7 digital personal banker. Another digital innovation that gets things done. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
Did you take dinner out the freezer?
Nairobi, are you ready? October is Dyslexia Awareness Month and the whole world will go red for dyslexia. Join us on 28th of October. Wear the red outfit as we light up the UAP on Mucho Red for dyslexia.
Where will you be watching the glow from? Is your child write B instead of D? Is your child phobic to the red pen due to the numerous X wrongs they get from teachers' marking pen? Do they refer to your child as a slow learner? Your child is simply dyslexic. To be part of the sponsor and for more information about dyslexia, kindly contact 0722 380 952. Let's go red for dyslexia.
Want to grow your business? Broadcast your sermon, share birthday wishes, make funeral announcements, produce adverts and documentaries? Then book and advertise with us today by calling us on +254 700 893 542
700-893-542
or email us on sales@luke-up.tv. Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now.